Two things happened when the scientist dissected the frog. He got a better understanding of the frog's internal organs, and the frog died. This is the analogy of a joke. Welcome to Haji Mutonya, and today we're going to talk about comedy.
Are we so much better than chickens all of a sudden? When did this happen, that we passed chickens in goodness? Name 6 ways we're better than chickens. See, nobody can do it. You know why? Because chickens are decent people. You don't see chickens hanging around in drug gangs, do you? You don't see a chicken strapping some guy to a chair and hooking up his nuts to a car battery, do you? When's the last chicken you heard about came home from work and beat the shit out of his hen, huh? Doesn't happen, because chickens are decent people.
What's the importance of humor? What role does it play? Humor is the only medium that has the unique ability to discuss controversial subjects acceptably. As an art form, it permits the artist to question norms in search of a greater truth. Humor, and particularly comedy, might perhaps be the most powerful genre of all art forms because it's unrestricted. If I was to answer the question, what makes something funny in one word, I would say surprise.
Rob a bank. Hey, when you robbed banks, did you have to look for your car then, too? No wonder you went to jail. Is it this aisle, Louis? Is it? Louis? Louis? Is it this aisle or is it the next one over?
It's this one.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're positive? Don't seem sure to me.
Hey, don't say anything else, okay? Keep your mouth shut.
Well,
I mean, don't say one fucking word, okay?
okay, Louis.
If I was to answer in a sentence, I would say zig, zig, zag.
Where's Melanie?
Well, that's what I want to tell you. You see, she was bugging me the whole time. She got pissy with me because I wouldn't let her carry the bag, and then she started running her fucking mouth about, you know, because I couldn't remember where the car was parked right away when we came out. So then she got on me about that. Is it this aisle, Louis? Is it that aisle, Louis? It's totally fucking with my nerves, man.
So what, you left her there?
I shot her.
You shot Melanie?
Twice. In the parking lot.
You couldn't talk to her?
Well, how can you talk to her? You know,
You couldn't just hit her?
maybe, but at that moment, I don't know.
You shot her twice? Is she dead?
I pretty much.
What you mean pretty much, Louis? That ain't no fucking answer. Yes or no? Is she dead?
I think so.
You think so? Tell me, Louis.
She's dead. She's dead.
But where'd you shoot her?
In the chest and the stomach.
All the funny jokes, actions, anything that has ever made you laugh was because of the element of surprise, subversion. Everything was going on well until out of nowhere, something happened suddenly. Actually, the more sudden, the quicker and sharper the turn, the funnier.
Name 6 ways we're better than chickens. See, nobody can do it.
Comedians have mastered this technique. They'll tell you a story, take you down a road, guide you, slow down at the moment of maximum mystery. And as the build-up intensifies, right at the climax, subvert all your expectations, crash the story right down, and it works every time.
So one time racism saved my life, man. I was on a plane. I was coming from overseas. And I don't know how this guy got a machine gun on the plane, but he stood up, man. He said, "Everybody, get on the fucking ground. Nobody look at my face." I started freaking out. Because he was Chinese. I was like, why is he talking like that? He was screaming and crying. I was the only brother on the plane. Well, I thought I was the only brother. I looked over, there was one other black dude. He was from Nigeria. I looked over at him, he was looking right in my face, man. He didn't say 2 words to me, he just looked at me, he was like, he didn't need to talk, I knew just what he was talking about. I looked right back at him, I was like. Some white dudes on the front of the plane seen us, they were like, oh my God. I think those black guys are gonna try to save us. We were just communicating that we understood the situation. We were both seeing the same thing. What we understood was simple. Terrorists don't take black hostages.
However, what gives comedy a higher purpose, a status far above everything else, especially if done properly, is one thing and one thing only: empathy. See, humor is not a one-person activity. Humor is communal. It requires participation of others. That's the whole meaning of funny. That it reflects on the second person. It's a reaction from someone else other than the first person. This explains why we cannot tickle ourselves. Tickling is funny, but you can't tickle yourself. By this very nature, that a joke is a shared experience that helps us cope with stress, anxiety, embarrassment. We are all able to laugh at the joke and finally at ourselves and recognize that life is made up of simple shared realities. When you're exposed to a different perspective, when you understand the next person's experience, you become a better human being.
When things are obscure, artists do try to tell the truth. Sometimes it's not that they're looking for the truth, sometimes they just want to hear their truth come out of somebody else. Like, why don't, you know what I mean? So I don't look at it as a burden, or I don't even look at it as a responsibility. I just think it's the nature of the genre. And I think that one of the things that's special about our genre in this day and age is that it's very engaging, it's very personal. And I think in this cyberspace world that people need an entertainer that looks them in the eyes and says the things that they feel.
By the way, the frog story in the beginning literally means when you dissect a joke, it dies.